Hello and welcome back to the Expensive Coins History channel. In the world of coin collecting, there are rare treasures hiding in plain sight. Some of the most valuable coins don't always glitter, and their worth isn't always tied to precious metals. Today, we're going to explore the story behind the 1987 Washington quarter, a coin that many overlook, but which has its own fascinating tale, collecting significance, and in some cases, surprising value. Whether you're a seasoned numismatist or a casual collector who just found this coin in pocket change, this is the video that will tell you everything you need to know. From its origin, mintage, and design to grading standards, rarity, and what it might be worth today in 2025, this is the ultimate guide to the 1987 Washington quarter. The Washington Quarter series began in 1932, originally intended as a one-year commemorative issue to celebrate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. Due to its immediate popularity and its simple, patriotic design, it quickly became the permanent design for the quarter-dollar denomination. The obverse features a left-facing bust of George Washington, sculpted by John Flanagan, and the reverse originally displayed a bald eagle with wings spread, perched on a bundle of arrows, with olive branches beneath. By the time we arrive at 1987, the Washington quarter had already undergone significant historical developments, though the design remained largely unchanged. It was part of what collectors often refer to as the modern clad era, that is, coins made after 1965, when the U.S. Mint discontinued using silver in most circulating coins and began producing them with a copper-nickel clad composition. These quarters had a copper core with outer layers of a copper-nickel alloy, giving them their distinctive silvery appearance. The year 1987 was a relatively stable period for coin production in the United States. The Mint was producing billions of coins to keep up with demand. That year, quarters were struck at multiple mints, but today we focus on those struck at the Philadelphia Mint, indicated by the P Mint mark on the obverse of the coin, to the right of Washington's ponytail. The 1987 Washington quarter was produced in high numbers. In fact, more than 500 million examples were struck at the Philadelphia Mint. With over 582 million coins released into circulation, it's easy to see why many consider this coin common at first glance, but mintage numbers alone don't tell the full story. While high mintage often means low value in circulated grades, it's the surviving population in pristine condition that really determines collectible worth. A coin's value is not just about how many were made, but how many have survived in exceptional, untouched condition. Mass production also tends to result in variations in strike quality. Not every coin struck at the Mint came out looking the same. Some were sharply struck with full design details, while others were weakly struck, poorly centered, or struck on imperfect planchets. This plays a major role in distinguishing a basic pocket change coin from one worthy of professional grading and collector interest. The 1987 quarter features the classic Washington obverse design. It includes the word Liberty arched above Washington's head, the motto, "In God We Trust," to the left, and the date, 1987, at the bottom. To the right of the bust, you'll find the P Mint mark. On the reverse, the eagle remains in its long-standing pose, wings fully spread, perched on a bundle of arrows symbolizing military strength, with olive branches beneath representing peace. The inscriptions include United States of America at the top, E pluribus unum just above the eagle's head, and $quarter at the bottom. By 1987, this design had become iconic, but also routine. Coin collectors often overlooked coins from this era due to the lack of variation. However, beauty lies in the details, and the value is found in condition and rarity. especially in higher grades, while the 1987 P Washington quarter is common in worn or average circulated condition. It becomes increasingly rare as the condition improves. In the coin world, condition is everything. A coin graded as mint state 60 is not the same as one graded mint state 67. And for coins like the 1987 P, that distinction can mean the difference between pocket change and hundreds of dollars. Coins are graded on a 70-point scale, with 70 being a perfect coin with no imperfections under magnification. Most coins found in change are nowhere near mint state. They show wear, scratches, discoloration, and edge damage. But if a coin has never circulated, meaning it retains its original luster, surface texture, and sharp strike, it can be eligible for mint state grading. As you move up the scale, from MS60 to MS63, these are considered low-end mint state coins. They're uncirculated but may show bag marks, minor scuffs, or weaker strike quality. MS64 to MS65 is where collectors begin to take more notice. These coins are attractive, with fewer marks and a stronger overall eye appeal. When you reach MS66 and above, the coin begins to fall into a more exclusive category. MS67 coins are exceptionally well preserved, with sharp details, strong luster, and minimal flaws. Few 1987 P quarters survive in this level of preservation, and their rarity drives up their value significantly. The best of the best, coins graded MS68 or higher, are extremely rare and command top dollar at auctions. Even a slight flaw can prevent a coin from reaching that elite level. Coins like these often come straight from mint sets, rolls that were never opened, or bags that were carefully stored for decades. In 2025, the value of a 1987 P Washington quarter varies dramatically based on condition. Circulated examples, those you might find in pocket change, typically carry no premium. Their value remains at face value, 25 cents. Uncirculated coins in lower mint state grades, such as MS60 to MS63, may be worth anywhere from $1 to $3. These are typically found in original mint sets or in carefully stored rolls. Mid-level mint state examples, like MS64 or MS65, can fetch $5 to $15 depending on the coin's eye appeal and market demand. These coins are attractive and suitable for beginner to intermediate collectors looking to build a high-quality modern coin collection. In the upper range, coins graded MS66 or MS67 begin to bring in significantly higher prices. MS66 examples can be worth $20 to $50, while MS67 coins can sell for over $100 or more depending on the buyer and market conditions. Top-grade coins in MS68 or better are extremely rare for this issue. If a coin is certified at this level, it could be valued in the several $100 range or more. These coins appeal to advanced collectors seeking registry-quality coins or investors looking for the highest population examples. It's important to understand that value is not only determined by the grade, but also by current market demand. Collector interest, auction trends, population reports, and overall economic conditions can all influence what a coin actually sells for. If you come across a 1987 P quarter, the first thing to assess is its condition. Check for wear. Is Washington's hairline smooth or detailed? Are there noticeable scratches or dents? Does the coin still have its original mint luster? Then, consider the strike quality. Is the lettering sharp and bold? Are the eagle's feathers clearly defined? Weak strikes and worn details reduce collector value. Next, consider whether the coin might be a good candidate for grading. Not every uncirculated coin is worth submitting for professional grading, as grading fees and shipping costs can outweigh the value of the coin itself. However, if your coin is immaculate, nearly flawless, and shows exceptional detail, it might be worth the investment. Lastly, examine the coin for any unusual features. While there are no widely known errors specific to the 1987 P quarter, coins with off-center strikes, double dies, or other unique minting anomalies can sometimes appear and hold additional value. So, what's the final verdict on the 1987 P Washington quarter? It's a coin that reflects a modern chapter in U.S. minting history, mass production, clad composition, and everyday circulation. It's common in worn condition but becomes increasingly valuable as condition improves. In mint state, especially MS66 or higher, the 1987 P quarter has the potential to sell for far more than face value. The key is quality. If you've got a clean, crisp, and sharply struck example, you may just have a hidden gem in your collection. Collectors appreciate this coin as a staple of modern numismatics. It bridges the gap between vintage and contemporary coinage and serves as a reminder that even the most ordinary-looking coins can have extraordinary potential. We're exploring the 2000 P Washington quarter, a coin that might seem ordinary, but has its own unique history, potential for value, and even rare varieties that can be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars in the right conditions. The 2000 P quarter is part of the widely popular State Quarters program, a historic and ambitious initiative by the United States Mint that began in 1999 and ran until 2008. Each year, 5 unique quarters were released, each representing a different U.S. state, issued in the order those states ratified the Constitution or were admitted to the Union. The year 2000 marked the second year of the State Quarters program and included 5 states: Massachusetts, Maryland, South Carolina, New Hampshire, and Virginia. Each of these quarters has its own distinctive reverse design reflecting its state's identity, culture, and history. The P Mint mark on these coins stands for the Philadelphia Mint, one of the primary facilities of the United States Mint. The Philadelphia Mint was responsible for striking a massive number of coins for circulation, and the 2000 P quarters are no exception. The obverse of the coin retains the classic portrait of George Washington, originally designed by John Flanagan, which had been used since 1932. Though the reverse design changes from state to state, the obverse remained consistent across all state quarters. The mint mark appears just to the right of Washington's ponytail, and below the motto, "In God We Trust." The 2000 P Washington quarters were minted in the hundreds of millions for each of the 5 state designs. The high mintage means that most of these coins are still extremely common in circulation today, and in worn condition, they are generally worth only face value. However, not all quarters are created equal. While the sheer quantity produced suggests commonality, condition and rarity due to specific errors or varieties can dramatically change a coin's value. Although hundreds of millions were struck, the survival rate of coins in pristine, mint state condition is much lower. Circulating coins quickly become scratched, worn, and dull through everyday use. This is where the value begins to differentiate. Now let's talk about what truly matters to collectors. Rarity. In the world of coins, rarity doesn't just come from low mintage numbers. It can also stem from errors, die varieties, and the condition of the coin itself. The 2000 P Washington quarters, while common in circulated condition, do offer certain rarities that collectors chase aggressively. Some of these rare varieties include double dies, off-center strikes, die breaks, and more unique minting errors. These anomalies often occur during the minting process when dies become misaligned, worn, or improperly prepared. One of the most famous and valuable rarities associated with 2000p quarters, although technically a mule rather than a standard quarter, is the ultra-rare 2000p mule error. This occurred when a quarter obverse was mistakenly paired with the reverse of a Sacagawea dollar. The coin was struck on a golden dollar planchet and has become one of the most sought-after mint errors in U.S. history. Although this mule is not a regular 2000p quarter, it does originate from the same mint and year, giving collectors even more reason to closely inspect all 2000p coins. That being said, even among the standard state quarters, there are less dramatic but still valuable varieties to be found. These include strong doubling in the lettering or date, die chips that add extra material to the design, or unusually strong strikes that bring out more detail than usual. In numismatics, condition is everything. Coin grading refers to the assessment of a coin's physical condition and is typically done on a 70-point scale, with 70 representing a perfect, flawless coin. Coins that grade above MS 65, that is, mint state 65, begin to attract serious collector interest. MS 66 and MS 67 coins are more scarce, and MS 68 and higher are considered very rare for coins that were made for circulation. For the 2000p Washington quarters, the vast majority that were used in everyday transactions would likely grade far lower, perhaps XF, extremely fine, or AU, almost uncirculated, at best. These coins, while collectible in bulk, do not command high prices individually. However, uncirculated examples, especially those pulled from original rolls, mint sets, or sealed bags, have much higher potential. A coin graded MS 66 or higher could be worth several dollars to potentially much more depending on the state, design, demand, and any special variety or error present. Coins with exceptional eye appeal, sharp details, brilliant luster, and no major marks or blemishes are what collectors and investors are most interested in. As of 2025, the market for state quarters remains steady. These coins continue to attract collectors, especially younger and newer hobbyists, many of whom were introduced to collecting through this very series. This sustained interest helps hold their value, particularly for coins in top condition. Let's break down the general market ranges. Circulated condition: most 2000p quarters in worn condition are still only worth face value, 25 cents. Even after 2.5 decades, the sheer number of surviving examples in circulation keeps prices low. Mint state, MS60 to MS64. These coins are worth slightly more, usually ranging between 50 cents and $2, depending on the specific state and the quality of the strike. High mint state, MS65 to MS67. In this grade range, values begin to increase significantly. Coins in MS65 might fetch between $3 and $10, while MS66 coins can sell for $15 or more. In MS67, depending on eye appeal and demand, coins can sell for $30 or higher. MS68 and up, coins graded MS68 are far scarcer and may command prices of $50 to over $100 depending on the specific design. Coins in this condition must be virtually flawless, and are typically graded by professional services like PCGS or NGC. Error coins: the value of error coins can vary wildly. Common errors such as die cracks or minor off-center strikes may be worth $10 to $50. Major errors, like a broad strike or a double denomination, can command hundreds. The ultra-rare mule error involving the Sacagawea reverse, though not a standard quarter, can be worth tens of thousands of dollars or more. If you believe you have a potentially valuable 2000p Washington quarter, here are some steps to take. Check the condition. Look at the coin's surface under good lighting. Are there scratches, nicks, or wear. The fewer marks and the more brilliant the luster, the better. Inspect for errors. Use a 10x magnifying glass or loupe to examine the coin for doubling, extra metal, off-center strikes, or unusual marks. Handle with care. If the coin appears uncirculated, avoid touching it with your fingers. Use cotton gloves and store it in a non-PVC plastic holder. Compare with known graded examples. Check auction results, coin forums, and price guides to get a sense of what similar coins are selling for. Consider professional grading. If the coin appears to be in exceptional condition or has a visible error, consider sending it to a professional grading company. This process authenticates the coin, assigns it a grade, and seals it in a protective holder with that grade clearly marked, which often increases its resale value. The 2000p Washington quarters, while mostly common, serve as an excellent reminder that value can hide in the most ordinary of places. For every handful of pocket change, there could be a coin worth more than its face value, especially if it's uncirculated, contains an error, or is in pristine condition. This coin also represents a turning point in modern American coinage, the rise of design variety, state pride, and a renewed public interest in coin collecting. The state quarters program introduced millions to the hobby, and that legacy continues to this day. For collectors, the 2000p quarters are both nostalgic and practical. They're affordable, widely available, and offer great opportunities to learn about grading, minting errors, and U.S. history. For investors, the value lies in finding high-grade specimens or error coins that will appreciate over time. If you've enjoyed this deep dive into the 2000p Washington quarter, make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe. Have you found a 2000p quarter in your collection? Think you might have a rare one? Drop a comment below. We'd love to hear your story or help you identify it. The 2004p Mint Mark Washington quarter dollar. Is this coin just another piece of pocket change, or could it be worth a lot more than 25 cents? What makes it special? How rare is it? What varieties exist? And what is its value in the market today, in the year 2025? Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for, how to evaluate your own coin, and whether you might be holding a hidden gem. To understand the value of the 2004p Washington quarter, we need to begin with a bit of background. The Washington quarter has been in circulation since 1932, originally issued to commemorate the 200th birthday of George Washington. Over the decades, it evolved from a simple circulating coin to a canvas for commemorative art. In 1999, the U.S. Mint launched the 50-state quarters program, one of the most ambitious and popular coin programs in American history. Each year, 5 new designs were issued, each representing a U.S. state. By 2004, we were already in the 6th year of the program, and 5 new quarters were released that year: Michigan, Florida, Texas, Iowa, and Wisconsin. All of these had the same obverse, the classic portrait of George Washington, but each featured a different reverse design representing its respective state. The coin in question today, the 2004p Washington quarter, can refer to any of these 5 state designs, but the P Mint mark specifically tells us it was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. The Philadelphia Mint struck hundreds of millions of these quarters in 2004, and while they were mass-produced, not all of them are created equal. The Mint mark on a coin identifies where it was produced. The P Mint mark represents the Philadelphia Mint, one of the primary coin-producing facilities in the United States. Coins with the P Mint mark are generally more common than those from Denver or San Francisco, particularly when it comes to circulating coins like the quarter. In 2004, the Philadelphia Mint struck tens of millions of each state quarter. For example, over 200 million coins were minted for certain states like Texas and Michigan. Because of this high mintage, the 2004 P quarters are not inherently rare. However, as we'll explore shortly, certain factors can elevate their value substantially. Each of the 2004 P quarters features the classic George Washington profile on the obverse, designed by John Flanagan. This design has been a staple on the quarter since 1932 and includes inscriptions such as "Liberty," "In God We Trust," the mint mark P, and the date 2004. On the reverse, each coin reflects the unique heritage of the state it represents. Michigan features the outline of the state and the Great Lakes. Florida shows a Spanish galleon, a space shuttle, and a palm tree. Texas depicts the Lone Star with a lariat around the border. Iowa honors education with a one-room schoolhouse and foundation in education. Wisconsin showcases an ear of corn, a wheel of cheese, and a cow. These designs are striking and symbolic, and collectors often look for examples with full sharpness, clean fields, and minimal blemishes. Let's now address the most important question: what makes a 2004 P Washington quarter valuable? Here are the main criteria. Condition and grade. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with mint state, MS. Coins ranging from MS 60 to MS 70. The higher the grade, the more perfect the coin. Coins graded MS 67 or above are much rarer and command premium prices. Mint errors and variety. Some of the 2004 P quarters have been discovered with mint errors such as double dies, misaligned dies, die cracks, or extra design elements. The most famous of these is the extra leaf error found on some Wisconsin quarters, where an additional leaf appears near the corn husk. Low population in high grade. Even if a coin is common in circulated condition, very few may exist in top grades. A coin graded MS 68 or higher, especially if certified by a reputable grading service, can be significantly more valuable. Eye appeal and strike quality. A sharp, well-struck coin with excellent luster, strong details, and no distracting marks is far more desirable to collectors than one with blemishes. Certification. Coins graded and encapsulated by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC often sell for much higher prices due to the authentication and grade assurance they provide. Let's talk money. What is your 2004 P Washington quarter worth in 2025? Here's a general breakdown of value ranges. Circulated condition. Most 2004 P quarters that have been used in everyday commerce are worth their face value, 25 cents. Even if they show light wear, unless they're uncommonly clean or error coins, they generally hold no significant premium. Uncirculated condition, raw. A nice uncirculated 2004 P quarter, with no wear and strong eye appeal, may fetch anywhere from $1 to $5, depending on the state and condition. Certified mint state coins, MS 65 to MS 67. Coins graded MS 65 may sell for around $5 to $15. MS 66 specimens typically bring in $15 to $30. MS 67 coins become far scarcer and may command $40 to $150 or more. Especially if demand is high. Top pop coins, MS 68 and above, these are extremely rare. A 2004 P quarter graded MS 68 by a top grading company can sell for hundreds of dollars, even up to $500 or more, depending on the state, demand, and auction conditions. Major error coins. If your quarter has a documented mint error such as a double die, off-center strike, or the famous extra leaf variant on Wisconsin, it could be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Especially in mint state condition. If you found or kept a 2004 P quarter, here's how to check if it might be worth more. Then face value. Inspect the condition. Look closely at the surfaces. Are there scratches, dings, or signs of circulation? Or does it appear crisp and untouched? Use a loupe or magnifier. Examine the finer details, especially around lettering, the date, and the design elements. Look for signs of doubling, extra elements, or die cracks. Identify the state. Determine which of the 5 state designs your quarter has. Some states have more valuable varieties or are more desirable among collectors. Check the mint mark. Confirm that you have a P mint mark. This distinguishes it from Denver D or San Francisco S coins, which may have different values. Compare with known errors. Study known mint errors for the 2004 quarters. Compare your coin carefully to error images to see if you have a match. Consider grading. If the coin appears perfect or nearly flawless, you may want to submit it to a grading service. This can significantly increase its marketability and value. Let's clear up a few common misconceptions about the 2004 P quarter. Not all old coins are valuable. Being 20+ years old doesn't automatically make a coin rare. It's the condition, rarity of grade, and error status that drive value. Just because it's in a holder doesn't mean it's worth more. Some coins are sold in plastic holders or novelty packaging, but unless graded by a reputable service, that doesn't necessarily add value. Beware of fake errors. Some altered coins are passed off as errors. Be cautious and rely on certainty. Here's the continuation and completion of the detailed script for your YouTube video on the 2004 P Mint Mark Washington $quarter coin, focusing on rarity, value, and the 2025 market outlook. Beware of fake errors. Some altered coins are passed off as errors to increase perceived value. Always seek expert opinions or certification before investing or selling. Not all mint errors are valuable. Minor minting flaws that don't affect the coin's aesthetics or rarity usually have little to no premium. The market for quarters like the 2004 P Washington State quarters fluctuates based on collector interest, metal markets, and overall demand. Since the 50 state quarters program ended in 2008, collector interest has remained strong. Coins from years with lower mintages or famous error coins tend to attract more attention. As of 2025, here's what we see: rising interest in mint state quarters. More collectors are focusing on high-grade quarters from this series as affordable entry points into coin collecting. Error coins commanding premiums. Known errors, especially the Wisconsin extra leaf variety, are driving significant auction prices, sometimes crossing into the 4-figure range. General inflation and precious metal influence. While quarters are made primarily of copper and nickel, overall metal price trends and inflation also subtly influence coin prices as collectibles. Among the 2004 P quarters, some error coins are especially noteworthy. Wisconsin extra leaf errors. This error is characterized by the appearance of an extra leaf or cluster of leaves near the corn on the Wisconsin quarter. It's a rare minting anomaly caused by die polishing or metal flow anomalies. Double die errors. While less common in 2004, any doubling on the date or lettering can increase a coin's value considerably. Off-center strikes and die cracks. These striking errors can add collectible value, though their worth depends heavily on severity and appeal. If you're interested in collecting or investing in 2004 P quarters, here are some professional tips. Buy certified coins for investment. When investing, choose coins graded by reputable services like PCGS or NGC to ensure authenticity and grade. Store coins properly. Protect your quarters from scratches, moisture, and air exposure by using holders, flips, or albums. Stay informed on market trends. Follow auction results, collector forums, and coin shows to gauge current demand and pricing. Focus on condition and appeal. Even coins from common years can command premiums if they look exceptional. The 2004 P Washington $quarter is a coin that may appear ordinary but has the potential to surprise collectors and investors alike. While most examples are common and worth face value, certain conditions, high grades, and rare mint errors can turn this everyday coin into a sought-after collectible worth anywhere from a few dollars to several hundred. As of 2025, the market continues to recognize and reward quality and rarity in these coins, making it a great time to check your change or your collection. So next time you come across a 2004 P quarter, take a moment to inspect it. You might just be holding a small treasure. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the 2004 P Washington quarter, please like this video, subscribe to the channel for more coin collecting insights, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Have you found any interesting coins in your change? Drop a comment below and share your stories or questions. We love hearing from fellow collectors. Thanks for watching, and happy collecting.